Hello, Leo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. I'm getting over a summer cold, so please excuse my voice. It's a little rough this morning. It's getting better, but still have a little bit of coughing and a little bit of scratchy throat to deal with. I hate summer colds, but they come about occasionally, right? All right, I hope you're doing it better than I. This will be your weekly reading for the week of August 16th through the 22nd. And during that time, we have a waxing crescent moon for the first part of the week. And that is a time of heightened senses when, we're either just starting those things that we started during the new moon, or we're getting ready to trying to do the planning and getting those things going. But it's a good week to live up to your expectations and your intentions. We do have a bit of a disruptor, and that comes in with the first quarter moon on the 20th. And that's a time when you might feel impulsive, impatient. Your mind might be a little active, and it is hard to get some things done. So, there's two ways to deal with that. You either need to know that it's coming and learn how to be in control and dominate your impulses, or to just kind of take it easy that day. That's kind of the way you deal with that. So please keep those moon energies in mind, Leo, as we're moving it through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Leo. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is to expect powerful change. All right, that's a new moon eclipse. I think we're just getting past, there's an eclipse on the 12th. So we're past that, but we're in eclipse season. But yeah, that's a new moon eclipse card that comes through. Powerful change. All right, let's see what the Leo Collective has going on. Usually, as I'm shuffling the tarot, I give you a fun weekly reminder of things that I think are important to do during your spiritual journey. This week, though, I do need your help on something. I'm thinking about doing the occasional live stream, and this might happen in a couple of months, but I want to start gathering information on when you guys think it's a good time for you to be at a live stream. So, and this would be, I'll probably take some questions and do, one or two card readings to answer some questions for you guys that you may have, and just do this for free as just a fun way to pass some time. But is there a day of the week or a time of day that you think you would be more apt to participate in a live stream? So maybe you think that on a weeknight, maybe weeknight at 10 p.m. would be a great time for you. And let me know your time zone also. Or, a weekend during the afternoon. So just let me know. And I'll try to take all of those time slots that you guys suggest into consideration when I'm planning those. So anyway, that is what I need your help with this week. We've got cards coming right out. So your overall present energy, Leo, is the Hermit card. So it's powerful change, but you're definitely deep in thought and doing that hermiting thing. What is your next move? What do you want to do? What are we changing? What are we working on in our life? But, the Hermit comes in to let you know that when you do these inner searches, it's about inner wisdom that comes out, and it's a quest that you go on to really have a deeper understanding of what your true self is. This is just private study that you might be doing as you're working on things for yourself, but it's not things that you're involving a lot of other people with. It's kind of your deep thought time and time for you to decide how you want to move forward in your life. Hold on just a second. As my throat's still a little tickly. So hermit mode for you a little bit this week. Your current situation is maybe you're in hermit mode because you're escaping some sort of debate here with this 5 of Wands. So it looks like there's some debate, maybe even argument, things that are going on that you're kind of done with it. And so you're trying to go within yourself to decide, is this how I want to move forward? Is this how I want to spend my time? Doing this argument, and probably not. I would say if we're expecting powerful change, it might just come from within you, where you just make a decision. Hey, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to move forward in a different way, and you go for it. At the root of your situation is the Ace of Swords. Yeah, some sort of aha moment where you kind of come to that, kind of just a breakthrough. Whoops, so sorry. Where you're having a little breakthrough there and you decide, I'm not doing this anymore. I totally get it. And that may come again from hermit mode. It might just give you a new idea too of how you want to proceed in your future, and what things you find the most rewarding moving forward. If you're involved, this denotes maybe an issue at work or with a group that you're involved with, in whatever manner. But you're kind of having ideas about how you want to move forward, and it doesn't involve argument and debate. In your recent past, here is the Three of Swords. So some sort of heartbreak, or I always say with this too, it's kind of mind break, because it is air energy, and it's like it's kind of just being done with something, and just you're disappointed that maybe it didn't work out, but it's time to move forward. You've got this new idea. What is it? Move forward, give it some energy, give it some time. See what you can do, and maybe it puts you in a more peaceful place than more than being in this argumentative all the time, that kind of tension. That's just not fun to be in for a long time. What is on your mind this week is feeling like you against the world. Of course, with the seven, you've got ideas, and of course they're being debated and whatever. This is probably again causing you to go inward. I don't doubt it. It would cause me to go inward too if I felt like nobody was listening to me. If I felt like there was just a lot of tension, a lot of things going on, I would really be rethinking my next, do I still want to be involved with this? Do I want to move, change my course, do something different? So I totally understand that feeling there. What is just ahead of you this week is the chariot. So the chariot is about not making the move, but thinking about the move. And this is gathering information, probably again through this aha moment, through this deep thought of the hermit, but also, you're thinking, I don't want to argue like this in the future. I don't want to feel like this. I want to work in a way that is cohesive with others and is productive, because a lot of times this can be, sometimes you have people that just to argue, and it's just no fun. It's no fun to be around people like that. It's like, can we be positive and move forward, and maybe not bring up all the negative things constantly, but bring those positive things forward so that we can move forward and have some progress here. But it looks like you are kind of silently gathering this information about how you want to proceed, and move past this and not be in that energy, that argumentative energy, which I totally get. I understand you. And your advice position here is to move forward calmly with an open heart. So this is to take action, yes, but take action that is calm, just very calm. Look at this horse, this rider on this horse. He's got, probably the water of emotion in that cup that he's carrying. It's not spilling. He's moving at a nice, steady, slow pace to kind of keep those waters still, those emotional waters, so that it's not choppy and crazy. All right. What is beyond your control this week is the King of Pentacles. So beyond your control is that you are going to feel like that you really have the knowledge of how the material world works, and that's going to go in this decision making. That it could be, that might be why you're butting heads up. That's just not how the world works. And you're butting heads with someone about that, and they think it's one way and you think it's another. And you're a Leo, you can be a little confident, a little hard-headed. So take those personality aspects of yourself into mind. Also, be open to listening to people, but sometimes people are wrong. You're right, and you just know that you have a way that you want to move forward, and again, maybe it's not this way, and not arguing constantly. It's just, ugh, who wants to live that way? What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Strength card, there's your card of Leo. You want to move forward with some inner strength. Are you trying to avoid inner strength? I doubt it, but it's there. You have that. That is something. I mean, it's Leo. It's the lion. It's the having the inner strength, to be able to accomplish anything. Leos have that kind of confidence, and you can do anything you set your mind to. More than any other sign, I feel like Leos are very confident. When it comes to that, just knowing I can do this, thing, total confidence, take off and do it. And so many Leos are like that. In your outcome, 10 of Cups. Love it. So if you move forward in a way that you know that you want to do, again, you're gathering this information. You might not even be making a move yet, but expect powerful change, because you've kind of set your mind on this goal. You have the inner strength to do it. You don't want to argue and feel like an outsider, but you're gathering the information to make sure that you're making the correct move in a way to move forward that will be successful for you, because the outcome is the 10 of Cups. So it's going to work out for you. What is hidden from you here, Leo? At the bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands, which is really about thinking about the future and how you want to move forward. You know, I mean, I think you are, but again, you're gathering information. I feel like you're gathering information almost for the next step, not even really for the future, but you're doing that kind of all alone to yourself, hermiting mode. This card it's kind of about that, but I feel like this is more about the next step than where do I go in the future. This is like, what should my immediate next step be? So keep that in mind also. Let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Leo as they move through this powerful change and have this aha moment during some herbiting time. All right, and the card that you get, Leo, is to be open to love, which there's that. And I always feel like this card really does correlate with the advice card almost 99% of the time. Be open to love and just be open to being emotionally calm about things and being kind and nice to each other. Be open to that, which I think Leos generally are. So that shouldn't be too much of a stretch for you. All right, let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care as you're kind of hermiting. And I feel like you're just sick of arguing. Might even be the title of this video. You're just sick of it. Sick of it. All right, what you need to do in the way of self-care, Leo, and the card you get is the card called Energy. Stop trying to please everyone. Everyone is a whole lot of people. Protect your energy. So protect your energy. You can't please everyone. I think you know this. I think you're just, again, you're done with the arguing and you're just like, can't we all just get along? Can't we all get along? We can. You just have to make it a priority. So, Leo, thank you so much for being here. I do hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. Of course, drop me a comment down below. Let me know if anything resonated or if you have questions. I'd be happy to answer those for you as well. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is one way to support that. I appreciate that so much. So thank you for doing that in advance. And come on back next week, Leo. Let's see where your story goes. So see you next time. Bye-bye.